back to Diablo Immortal. Today I want to address some brand new player questions that I just saw drop over on Reddit. All of these questions I'm going to answer inside of this video for anyone that's a new player. And if you're someone that is an OG and that has been playing for a long period of time, please drop into the comments section below and give your recommendations and suggestions to all of the new players so we can support the new community. So these questions come from Vegetto, a very new player that came to Reddit with some questions about the game, and I love giving new players some advice. So he just says, I just started playing 3 days back and I'm a level 46. I'm playing as a necromancer as it looks cool. Yeah, necromancer is a great class, actually one of the best classes to play in the meta right now. But there's so much stuff that it's overwhelming and I'm not able to understand tons of stuff. Also, please answer. I'm a beginner friendly way, so here I have some questions. Also, so you know, on my channel, I have a complete playlist of new player guides. All of these can be found on the main page of my channel. They're all in a playlist, and it basically tells you everything that you need to know as a new player. So, for the first question, in the cemetery, I'm talking about the Ashwald Cemetery, I assume, there are lots of monsters, blue, purple, and yellow. But one time I saw a single big dude which was highlighted in red and had a red cross HP, and like 5 people, including me, were fighting it, and it dropped good loot. How did it spawn? Can I do something to make it spawn? Great question. What we're looking at here is the map of the Ashwald Cemetery. It's worth noting that there are 2 dungeons inside of here. You have the Countess and you have the Mad King. The Countess is the Forgotten Tower dungeon and the Mad King is the Mad King's Breach dungeon. And you have the world events, which is probably what you were talking about here, which is the haunted carriage, which comes, I believe, once or possibly twice a day. Honestly, it's something I have not participated in a long time. The yellows and the blues and the orange that you'll run into, those are going to be monsters that just drop better loot. The blue ones drop decent loot, the yellow ones drop better loot, and the orange ones are often going to drop you a legendary piece of gear, so always try and get those when you can. Also, if you ever run into treasure goblins in the open world, they'll sometimes drop you legendary pieces of gear as well. I'm assuming you ran into the haunted carriage, being a red boss, dropping a lot of loot for you. You also do have Officer Hogan, and you have the Ancient Nightmare as well, but most likely it was a limited time event, and it's not something that you can regularly see and not something that you have control of so that it'll continuously happen at your will. Now, the second question is about Elder Rifts and Legendary Crests. He asks, the Elder Rift, I saw 3 heads, a green, yellow, and 1 more that you can use to fit in 3 slots before starting. How do I get those? I am totally free to play. Well, let's have a look over here. We're at the Elder Rift, and the heads that you're talking about are called the crests. They are going to allow you to drop gems. Rare crests will allow you to drop fragments, telluric fragments, which can then be used to craft gems. And the red head right here and the purple head right here are guaranteed to drop a legendary gem. Those can be of rank of a 1-star, a 2-star, or a 5-star. 5-star being the least likely to drop. You can get uncommon drops of 1-star gems from rare crests, and you're guaranteed a 1, 2, or 5-star from the red or the purple crests. The difference between red and purple are red, you cannot sell anything that you get on the market. Purple, you can sell on the market. They both will drop the same type of gem, but it's just not sellable. Now, when you do run these, you get these telluric fragments right here, and you can craft gems with telluric fragments, which are actually really great. So even in running the rare crests, you'll drop telluric fragments, which you can then take to the jeweler and craft a bunch of gems to try to get the 1 and 2-star gems that you want. You'll also have fading embers that drop from running these with rare crests or any other crests, and you can use those to craft legendary crests like this purple one right here that you can then run, get a gem from, use that gem, or sell that gem. I'll take you to the jeweler really quickly so you can have a better understanding of the crafting element of this. Now, the jeweler is right over here in West March, right where my dongle was right there. We're heading on over there, and I'm going to show you how you craft some of these materials when you have enough of the materials to do so. Right over here at Serral, you go on in, you go to gem services, and you could click on crafting. Notice you can craft any of these gems, and they cost these telluric fragments. This one here is only going to cost 80 telluric fragments. These are 2-star gems. If you want any 1-star gems, they will cost you only 20 telluric fragments, so a lot cheaper. You can also craft a legendary crest right here once you get yourself 320 of these fading embers that also drop from running your crests in Elder Rifts. Now, you can also get legendary crests in a bunch of places with platinum or from events. So for example, right now, there's an event that just dropped inside of the game today. It is the Perils of Fen. And notice, as you complete these things every day, they're very easy. You can either get telluric pearls, which when you get 40 of them, you can craft a 5-star legendary gem. Or I should say, when you get to the end, you get yourself a legendary crest, giving you the chances of dropping a 1, 2, or 5-star legendary gem. Actually, it's a 100% chance of dropping a gem. Not a 100% chance of a 5-star though. You can also head up to the Hilts Trader in the top of the map, and that's going to be a place where you can buy a bunch of crests on a regular basis as well. Over here at the Hilts Trader, you're going to be utilizing your hilts, which you get from doing a bunch of events that you're going to be doing anyway inside of the game. You'll notice that these are accumulating over time. You can buy a legendary crest every month at the start of the month. That is a priority. You can buy a telluric pearl every week at the start of the week. That is a priority. It's a priority to buy normal gems, but also rare crests. You can get these rare crests right here, which will let you run the rare crests in the Elder Rifts. You'll get the telluric fragments, and you'll then be able to craft the gems that you want. Also, in limited time, you get these dropping as well. I'll pick up typically rare crests and normal gems from those as well. You also can come on over here on a weekly basis, and you could go and purchase a legendary crest with platinum. Now remember, you earn a small amount of platinum every single day inside of the game just from doing things that you do, like your bounties, dungeons, and things like that. Actually your bounties, but here you could buy a weekly legendary crest with 1600 platinum, and again, then you'll have right there a legendary crest every week plus the other one every month. And then with any events that drop inside of the game, if you min-max the game, and I've done the math in previous videos, getting legendary crests from all areas, you can get yourself approximately 20 legendary crests per month absolutely for free, utilizing in-game currencies that cost actually no money. Question 3 is there a place to farm legendary loot as I'm just entering the Shasar Sea? Well, I will say, in open world farming, you always have chances of dropping legendaries. There's great places that you can go farming. I actually just put a video out on the best places to farm. Let me show you that real quick. This video right here, the ultimate guide to the best farming spots in Diablo Immortal. I did this one with Gwen. She's a master player inside of the game, and she shared with me and I shared with all of you the best spots to farm everywhere in Diablo Immortal. Now, does that mean you're gonna get more legendaries? Well, probably, because there's gonna be a lot more bosses spawning for you to farm, but just watch this video. It'll tell you everywhere you should be farming as you progress throughout the game. But farming isn't only done in zones. I actually have a more favorite place to drop legendaries that's not farming in a zone sense at all. Eventually, in West March, you're gonna have your central square. You have this little area here that's under Deckard Cain's workshop. Over here, you're going to find these 3 portals. The Abyssal Verge, great spot to farm. It's easy. You run through with party members, or you could run through solo. It drops a good amount of normal gems. It drops monstrous essence. It drops abyssal essences, which allow you to craft runes, and high quality legendary equipment. Also, right over here, not there, right over here, you have Vanguard, a little bit of a higher level thing that you could do, but you get great legendary drops from this as well. So once you progress through all the zones, maybe put another week or so into the game, these things become available to you. These are some of the best places to farm. And then of course you could do your circle farming and just your open world farming in any areas that I shared with you in the video that we just took a look at a moment ago. Question 4, can a free-to-play player get skins or just the ones who can buy them? Okay, great question. There are definitely cosmetics inside of the game that are free. There are also extremely expensive cosmetics. Now, this is probably the worst class I can give you an example on. I just switched to the Druid 2 days ago, and the Druid is the newest class in the game, so it has the least amount of skins. I have tons of cosmetics unlocked on this. Each of these gives you a cosmetic that's cross-class, gives you a portal, and all of that. And these are Phantom Market cosmetics. They are very expensive. Blizzard, being a Blizzard partner, gifts me these, so I'm able to have them and use them. Then you have Battle Pass cosmetics like this one right here. This was unlocked from the Battle Pass, but the Battle Pass, you need to have the paid version, the $5 version, to unlock these cosmetics. So, in my opinion, the best value in the game is from the Battle Pass. Getting the Battle Pass gets you a whole bunch of rewards and, again, that cosmetic that you get at rank 15. Now, they're not the best cosmetics, but they're good. And they're not cross-class either. They're only for that one class that you unlock it on. You get the cosmetic there, and at the start, you actually get yourself a weapon cosmetic as well. But if you are absolutely free to play, and you don't even want to buy the Battle Pass, which is fine, there are sometimes free cosmetics that will come inside of the game. I know when the Blood Knight came, there was a free cosmetic. There was one at the launch of the game. They are not extremely common, but you can do a bunch of things with transmog, which is essentially utilizing what your weapons look like. You could pull in those weapon looks through the essence transfer, where I'm taking you to right now, and you could transmog your gear. So if you go to the essence transfer, you come to transmogify, you could change the look of what your character looks like based off of gear that you've unlocked. So I have the ability to use all of these different items. These are completely for free, and it does give you some character customization that you could work with. If you want to do even more than that, if you want to change the way your character themselves looks, you can head on over to the Barber, where you're able to completely customize the look of your character as well. So over here at the Barber, you can go to character customization, and you could customize what they look like, what their gender is, and all of those types of things. You could literally change it all. So that's what the type of options you have for changing the look of your character is free to play. Question number 5 is about gems, how you put them on weapons and how they increase the skills and stats of things. Here I'm over at the jeweler right now, and you can notice that I have all these different gems placed inside of my different gear slots. As a new player, you only have 6 gear slots. You have not unlocked the stance gear slots yet. In a nutshell, these are the gems that you get from running those Elder Rifts. You can use any of the gems that you have here. You have 1-star gems, you have 2-star gems, and you have 5-star gems. I don't have a ton right now because I use a lot of them for food, and I've really been focused on all of these 5-star gems. The gems you're looking at now are all end game gems and not ones you'll be focusing on at this point in time. But you're essentially going to unlock gems from the Elder Rift, and you're then going to put them into your gear. Every single gem gives you different attributes or stats. So right here, a great 2-star gem. Critical hits shatter enemy armor for 2 seconds, increasing the damage they take by 10%. That's an S tier 2-star gem. Viper's Bite, another 2-star gem. Damaging enemies poisons them with Viper Venom, causing them to take 16% bonus damage plus 120 damage per second for 6 seconds. That is a great 2-star gem. 1-star gem, one that I have always liked, is the Berserker's Eye. Increases all damage you deal by 5.5%, but also increases the damage you take. Trick Shot gem. Your channeled skills consume energy. It's a little bit slower. That's one that I used with the Barbarian when I play as Barbarian. There are a ton of different gems to choose from, and you just need to find the ones that work best with your class. And there are a bunch of tier lists. I have them as well on my channel that show you some of the best gems to be using of 1-star quality, 2-star quality, and 5-star quality. Just go to my new player guides, scroll through, and you will find something telling you what gems you should wear. Now for normal gems, the normal gems go in your green gear over here. And normal gems are going to give you more bonus attributes as well. Do not sell your normal gems. You're going to want to get these and upgrade them. Typically, the most important ones are going to be blue gems, either the sapphires or the aquamarines, and a lot of times citrine are quite valuable as well. The red gems, I'm talking about these ones right here. These ones are rubies. They're typically the least valuable. They just give you life. So whenever you get a chance to choose a gem, you're going to most likely want to go with sapphires or citrines. Actually, Crusaders and Necromancers do well with citrine. But most other classes, Sapphire will be your priority. They will boost your stats, and getting those gems to the maxest of levels, which I am not even near, is the true end game in Diablo Immortal. And question 6, I have a really cool scythe that I could throw with my abilities, talking about one of his skills, but its damage is 533. So when I upgrade the Blacksmith, it doesn't level the weapon and the damage remains 533. So essentially when you do any upgrades at the Blacksmith, you're actually upgrading the slot of the weapon, not the ability of those skills. So if I want to upgrade, you could upgrade any of your weapon slots. I have mine all upgraded to the max of level of 30, but in doing that, you're gonna unlock different bonuses as you go, all right? You're gonna be able to get different bonuses from those upgrades. It's not actually going to change the damage and stuff that's done by the skills that you're using. These are going to remain the same and can only be changed from essences. Essences are different pieces of legendary gear. And as you get a new piece of legendary gear, maybe it's not one you're going to wear, you can come over here to the essence transfer, you can extract a piece of gear, because I'm not going to wear this piece of gear, it's not a great piece of gear, but it does have an essence. I extract it, and then I have these collection of essences that change how my skills work, damage that my skills do. I would then go over here, and I would inherit any of the essences that I've unlocked for that class. That's how you can modify how your skills work, the types of damage that they do, but you can't just simply upgrade a piece of gear and then that gear does more damage. Not directly the way that the skills work, the way that you're thinking about it. These types of questions are endless, and we need to remember that every single day in Diablo Immortal, we have brand new players joining us that need guidance and just help from all of us players that have been in the game for a long time. I love putting these together, and I hope that you guys as a community can come through and give some guidance to those new players as well. Diablo Immortal, it has so much to offer. The game is so much fun. You could actually play completely free to play as well if you want to, which is a nice perk, or you could spend tons of money if that's your thing. That's completely up to you. Either way, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please subscribe for daily Diablo Immortal videos and guides, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with my next one.